Hi YouTube, I'm Tim and welcome to part 2 of my Scream Factory Halloween horror pickups in June. So, I had one more thing that I had come in from Shout Factory, and I had bought some Scream Factory Blu-rays that were horror themed, and to get free shipping I ordered a CD, and it's Halloween Classics. It's a CD Shout Factory put out in 2008. Contains following musical themes: Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr., Halloween theme main title by John Carpenter, Twilight Zone Neil Norman, Don't Fear the Reaper, Blue Oyster Cult, Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group, Dead Man's Party by Oingo Boingo, Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers, and the Time Warp Rocky Horror Picture Show original cast, Witch Doctor by Dave Seville, and Halloween 2 by Misfits. So, CD for Halloween parties. And then I got a couple other discs. One from Vinegar Syndrome, which took forever to get here, but I got it. Well, it's now Thursday morning, so it was Tuesday afternoon. And I got it with the slipcover, Satan's Slave. And it comes out this nice slipcover. See, it's bright flaming torches and a nice shiny yellow title, and this other side, I don't know if that shows up as shiny on webcam, but here's the case underneath. I believe this is it's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Special features: newly scanned and restored in 2K from its 35mm camera negative, audio commentary with director Norman J. Warren and composer John Scott. Then there's audio commentary with blind historian Sam Dycan and Kat Ellinger. And then Creating Satan, making a featurette. All You Need Is Blood, archival, making a featurette. And Devil's Music, composer John Scott on his score for Satan's Slave. And then Fragment, which is a short film written and directed by Norman J. Warren. And then multiple theatrical trailers, multiple deleted scenes, and this cover is reversible. And then English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. It's directed by Norman J. Warren, starring Michael Goth, Martin Potter, Candace Glendenning, was also in Horror on Snape Island, and then Barbara Kellerman and Michael Craze. Catherine and her family are invited to stay for the week at the York family estate, a massive piece of land in the countryside owned by Catherine's uncle Alexander York. When a mysterious accident takes the life of Catherine's mother and father, Alexander offers for her to stay with him until she gets well, under the care of her uncle, his mysterious assistant, and Catherine's perverse cousin Stephen Martin Potter and Fellini's Satyr Khan. Catherine begins growing ever suspicious of her family's intent on keeping her at the estate. Soon she discovers that her family may be hiding dark secrets linked to their sinful past, director Norman J. Warren Prey and Terror debut horror film Satan's Slave remains one of the most shocking and controversial entries in the history of 1970s British horror. Filled with unflinching imagery of brutal violence and frequent nudity, the film suffered frequent censorship throughout its release history, including the shooting of a sanitized version of its brutal opening assault. Written by acclaimed British horror screenwriter David BluRay, House of Whipcord, and ludicrously photographed in Technoscope, Vinegar Syndrome proudly offers Satan's Slave in its fully uncut and uncensored worldwide Blu-ray debut in a new 2K restoration and featuring a fresh commentary track with director Norman J. Warren. It's from 1976, 90 minutes, region A, B, C for the Blu-ray, and audio's mono, 2.35 widescreen, and this is when Scorpion released on DVD a while back that Katarina hosted that I recently bought the DVD of. But it's nice to have a HD copy as well. And then also recently at Rite Aid I bought Hanna-Barbera Saturday Morning Cartoons of the 70s DVD 4-pack. Has Hong Kong Phooey, Yogi Bear, Josie and the Pussycats, and Batman. And this has a few extras, but they don't seem to be related to the cartoons that are on here. This is Region 1 locked, and it sounds like discs are loose in here. So this is from Warner Brothers and Turner Home Entertainment. Yeah, 4 kids' favorites, Saturday morning cartoons. 1970 something. Take this price tag off if I can. And kids' favorite Saturday morning cartoons from the 1970s. Hong Kong Phooey, Yogi Bear, Josie and the Pussycats, and Batman. On the back, you can see Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. There's Josie and the Pussycats, and Yogi Bear, and Hong Kong Phooey. So that's all the new stuff I got. And since this is Halloween Horrors in June Part 2, thought I'd show off more of my Scorpion Katarina's Nightmare Theater DVD collection. The Return. I might have shown off some of these last time, but there should be a few new ones I didn't show off last time. And then Judy Geeson and A Candle for the Devil. And there you see Katarina on the back. It lists there being a Nightmare Theater mode for this one. And then Katarina hosting Survivor, or The Survivor, in her Nightmare Theater. And then one I never opened, Katarina's Nightmare Theater edition of Don't Answer the Phone. And then, yeah, some more. Well, this one I opened. Yeah. Yeah, Double Exposure. It's another Katarina one. And then The Power, which doesn't show Katarina on the cover, but it mentions having the option of watching this in Katarina's Nightmare Theater mode on the back. And then if you have Katarina's Cat Scratch Theater, or Cat Scratch Cinema, Savage Streets, which has a reversible cover and a bunch of extras. Yeah, it's not going to show up that well. Watch this in Cat Scratch Cinema format with our hostess Katarina Lee Waters, or play feature only. And then the Dangerous Beauties collection, running Hot and Hot Target, but only running Hot gives you the option of watching with or without Katarina in her Cat Scratch Cinema. Well, Hot Target doesn't really give you that option. And then here's one that has Cat Scratch Cinema mentioned at the top. A Tour, The Fighting Eagle. And then another Dangerous Beauties double feature, Malibu High and Hustler Squad. And Malibu High has the option of watching it in Katarina's Cat Scratch Cinema, or without that Cat Scratch Cinema mode, while Hustler Squad doesn't list Katarina. And here's a few DVDs. I don't think these are Katarina ones, but they were put out by Scorpion. Point of Terror. Yeah, I thought this had Katarina on it, but it doesn't look like Katarina hosted this one. And then another Scorpion releasing DVD, Dr. Death. It's another one without Katarina. And then Ed and His Dead Mother lists a trivia factoid segment, or watch film only. So that might be with Katarina, but it doesn't list Katarina at all. And a couple other DVDs I own. Vinegar Syndrome Drive-In Collection double feature, The Suckers and The Love Garden. And I've watched The Suckers, and that one I didn't really care for that much. And I started to watch The Love Garden, and that one seemed to be a little bit better of a movie. And then last time I showed the Blu-ray of the movie starring Dirk Benedict and Heather Menzies. Here's the DVD edition. And it's an anamorphic widescreen, has English captions and French and Spanish subtitles, and Region 1 locked, but Universal DVD doesn't seem to have any extras, so I'm glad to own the Blu-ray as well. So a recap for this Scream Factory Halloween Horrors Part 2 video from Shout Factory Halloween Classic CD, and then from Vinegar Syndrome, the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Satan's Slave, and then bought this cartoon DVD set at Rite Aid, and then I showed off some more horror themed DVDs starring Dirk Benedict, and then Vinegar Syndrome, The Suckers, and The Love Garden double feature, and then some Scorpion releasing DVDs, Ed and His Dead Mother, and Dr. Death, and Point of Terror, starring Diane Thorne. And then I showed off some more of my Catarina's Nightmare Theater DVDs, The Power, Double Exposure, Don't Answer the Phone, The Survivor, A Candle for the Devil, starring Judy Geeson, and see Katarina on the back, and list Nightmare Theater being on the back, and then Katarina hosting The Return, and then a few more Katarina DVDs, Malibu High and the Hustler Squad, and Katarina hosts Malibu High, but the Hustler Squad, she doesn't, and then Katarina's Cat Scratch Cinema, A Tour the Fighting Eagle, and then Running Hot has Katarina hosting in Cat Scratch Cinema mode, and then Hot Target's just the movie, and then Savage Streets has this Cat Scratch Cinema format with our hostess Katarina Lee Waters, or you can watch it without Katarina. So those are some more of my Scorpion Katarina DVDs, and then a few non-Katarina Scorpion DVDs, and then the DVD of starring Dirk Benedict and the Vinegar Syndrome Drive-In Collection double feature, The Suckers and The Love Garden, and then my 3 new pickups, 4 kids' favorite Saturday morning cartoons of the 70s, Vinegar Syndrome Satan's Slave Blu-ray, and Shout Factory Scream Factory Halloween Classics CD. So that's it for part 2 of my Scream Factory Halloween Horrors in June part 2 video. So keep an eye out for another update video coming soon to my YouTube channel. So I'm Tim, and thank you for watching.